So this is why I personally don't like referrals, which is weird because everybody goes on about referrals, and I think if anybody knows my history, they'll actually know that we actually absorbed it into the good old agency, but we used to actually have a business that dealt solely with referrals. Referrals can be great if you are able to provide a consistent level of quality on a product. Now, let me explain that a bit deeper. So, car insurance, as for instance, it's pretty much a known commodity. It's a known need. It's like the standards of service are kind of the same. So, like, insurance agents work on referrals a lot because there really is no way you can get it wrong. I mean, unless your customer service sucks, a referral will work. Now, where referrals don't work is when you are in kind of the custom solution type industry. So let me give you an example. If you're in content creation, actually I can give a really good example. Website copywriter, okay? So one of the problems with referrals in that type of field is, especially when you come to things that are more artistic based, so you're on about writing copy for a website, there's a lot of artistic elements in that. And it's the same way that if you go to a museum and you look at a painting, you could be completely blown away with it, and the person next to you just walks past and it doesn't even register, because interpretation of the quality of that piece is very subjective. And so one of the problems you have with referrals is when your solution is very custom, so whether it's creative writing or, like as an example, I mean, we have a marketing agency. Our service is fairly static to what people would expect. However, we actually do a lot more than normal agencies would. As a result, I don't normally like referrals because when we have somebody come to us from a referral, chances are they've never encountered any of our content. They don't really understand what we're about. They just think that we do A, B, and C. And that doesn't always work. And so that there's a selling process that goes on. Well, if they're ready to pull the trigger, I'd be mad not to take their money at that point. But the problem is that they're not truly sold on how we deliver the service. They're sold how they think we deliver the service, and that can cause problems. So going back to kind of the artistic input, and it can be anything where you're kind of creatively doing something. If you're just providing a service, like if you provide a service that posts out on social media 20 times a day, this and this, referrals will be excellent for you because it's the same service, bang, 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 day in, day out. There's nothing to alternate with. Like as an example with the consulting side, when I consult with a business, that solution that I provide for that particular business, even though it might cover the same kind of areas, is going to be very different from the next business. So a referral in that market can be difficult because what happens is, company owner A goes, oh, you should totally go talk to Steve and his guys. They were great. They actually, they helped us grow from, whatever it is, 15 million to 25 million, whatever, blah, 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 and all of this great stuff. So this, the referral then calls us up in their mind of like, wow, if I can engage Steve, I can put another 10 million on the table. And it doesn't work that way because they don't understand our process. And so now there's a whole process that what you're trying to do, rather than when somebody comes in to you organically, you're able to mold their perception of you. When somebody comes in on a referral, there's already a perception, which then means you have to break that down and you have to rebuild it. So that's my opinion of referrals. Like I said, I think some industries it works very well for. I think other industries it can be very bad for, and you can encounter a lot. I know a couple of businesses where they will actually refuse referrals purely based on that. Again, it comes down to that artistic interpretation. I think when you can deliver a static product that doesn't change from company A to company B, just the customer service does, I think referrals can work. But I think when you come down to custom solutions, like the end product is going to be different for every customer, referrals can actually be a problem. I'd love to know if you agree or disagree with me. Put them in the comments below. I'm very interested to know about this because everybody talks about referrals being the golden ticket, and I would actually go, it really depends on the type of business you have. So I look forward to reading the comments.